All right, everybody, I got another email here. Let me just, hey, it's called XRP Cell Plan No Emotions. Hey, Lou, please refer to me as K if you see this email and decide to respond. Don't need the haters keeping tabs on me. Haha. Try my life. People speculate. What do I hold? What coin? What price? Whatever. And I'm like, it doesn't matter to nobody except for me and my little piggy bank. All right, here's the deal. I hope you're feeling well. I'm feeling better. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hope you're feeling well. I've been watching your videos since you started your channel. Sorry for the brain damage there. I learned a lot, and you have definitely changed the way I view the finance world. Thank you. Thank you. I have a question about XRP and looking at this investment as a way to set myself up for life. Smart, because that's how I see it. I find that I'm an emotional investor. Many people are. That's my take. I have a little experience and tend to try to jump in without thinking long term. I bought AMC around 11 before it ran up to 70. I watched my account grow massively and didn't sell. I bought into the hype around the squeeze much higher and held my shares. It happened to so many people. It's not your fault on that. Sucks. Okay, obviously that didn't work out. I ended up selling my shares for a loss and put what I had left into XRP 5,000 shares, XLM 4,000 shares. Those are good numbers. HBAR 4,000 shares. I feel good about the decisions to sell at a loss because I can see the potential of the coins. So do I. Especially XRP after how you've explained its effect on the global financial system. I can see the big picture. It keeps getting bigger and bigger. I'll talk about that a little later today. So as for my question, I'm wondering if you could explain for us less experienced investors who are just now learning the world of finance, how we can take our emotions out of the investment and use our gains to set ourselves up for life financially. So far, my plan is to hold 50% of my XRP bag for life. I will take the remaining 50% of my bag and sell it in 10% increments at the price gradually increases. So for example, maybe I sell 250 shares at $10, then I sell another 250 shares at $50 and so on. All right, you're gonna ladder yourself. Nothing wrong with that. Would you agree with a strategy like this? I'm 33 years old, a single mom, 2 young kids. My realistic goal is to set up for the rest of my life, living comfortably on about 50 to 100K a year would be amazing. My dream goal would be to provide the generational wealth for my family. Thank you for everything, Lou. I hope you see this email. Thankful for being part of the community. No, the part of the family. Okay. Here's my take on that. This coin, I want to talk about XRP only. This coin, and when I talk about XRP, XLM is grouped into it, but this coin has a life and value different than a stock. A stock is just tied to like the ups and downs of the companies, whatever, and the CEO, how he screws with everything, like what Popcorn did. This coin has a role to fulfill on the financial world stage. That being said, is the prices going to increase on this based on everything? I believe so, and I keep making the case for that because I look at the utilization point, not I like this coin. I look at the utilization of it. That being said, as an investor, you have to have yourself a set plan on what number you're going to take profits. You know, one of the guys that raised me in the money game, Graveyard, he was a World War II veteran, and he used to work like, I think it was, the best way to describe it, like the bombers that used to, drop bombs and stuff like that, whatever. I just want to, I'm shortening it down, but at the end of the day, I don't know what role he had, but he used to tell me that when the planes took off, a lot of the bombs were not armed. Because obviously they were taking off a flight, so in case anything happens, the bombs had to be not armed, certain bombs. And in flight, as they were getting closer, they would arm the bombs, get them ready, and then get into station in order to be able to drop bombs on the set targets. And he said the adrenaline was going through his body, fear, all kinds of things. And my thing was like, how did you even like stay in one piece? I mean, they're shooting at you, there's planes trying to knock you down. And he's like, you just work off a checklist. Everything is a checklist on a plane. Everything is redundancy. Everything has a checklist. And even today, I know pilots tell me the same thing. Same thing with Cal. Everything is a checklist. You have to have a checklist that you go through when that time comes. So if you're going to sell X amount of coins at a set price, you got to have that checklist written down. Like when this happens, this is step 1, this is step 2. You have to literally work off of like a to-do list. That is the only way you can control the emotions, because in those moments, you only do what you're trained to do. You're not trained. That's the thing about it. Don't feel bad. You're not trained. You see, for example, you see a doctor in an emergency room, okay? And patients are coming in with all kinds of wild things, like things spilling out of here or whatever, half a bicycle stuck in somebody's neck. Those triage surgeons they're trained on how to be emergency room surgeons and doctors. They go through a procedure, a training that the average MD does not have. So they're able to do the first thing of when that person comes in, get as much information, stabilize the patient. Is he breathing? Stop the bleeding, the whole thing. They just bam, 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 bam. It's not a thing about somebody is less emotional, more emotional. Is how are you trained? Fighting is a lot like that. I feel that I know guys at the fight club that at the end of the day, these guys, technique-wise, everything, they're phenomenal. But when they're confronted with somebody that's willing to hurt them and has the equal amount of training, there's something in their brain that screws up. And it all comes down to the training that they receive. They go into drills. That's why boxers and fighters have drills. So this way they can resort back to their drills. So just have yourself a drill that when it goes to this price, that's your discipline. You're selling at this price, you're moving on. Now, I do believe that XRP is going to have higher numbers just because of the projects they're involved in. I do understand that IMF identified XRP and XLM as stable coins. I do know that BlackRock via the IMF technically moves money around the world, in loans and everything. So I know like the potential of this coin. I know it was built as a better Bitcoin. I know the value of it. Now, as far as setting yourself up, just put the plans based on the numbers. I can tell you one thing. XRP has not even been allowed to run yet. Think about that one for a second. So when it starts to, after the settlement, after the implementation, once the usage starts, once tokenization takes over everything, look at Morgan. Morgan right now is doing $1 billion a day on their on their Onyx coin, moving tokenized assets around. $1 billion a day. What do you think XRPL is going to be doing when it starts? So, like I said, I don't believe I have set prices that would trigger me to evaluate the situation. So let's say at $50, I'm going to look at it and go, does it still have more? $100, does it still have more? And then, but if I say, no, it doesn't, I got to drill. Immediately, what am I selling? Where am I moving it to? What is that for? Everything has to be allocated. Everything has to be planned out. That's how you take emotions out of everything. Training or creating drills replaces emotions. So pretend if it went up today, what are you doing? So giant hugs for your 2 kids. We're going to be okay in this one. We're not in the stock market anymore.